I want to go to sort of almost well, it would be the beginning, the seed, the roots of you, which come from your mom and dad. What, of course, well, I'm going to throw that out. Mother, father, what comes to your mind?
Well, they're everything to me, and to my sister. Um, but my mother and father there was like a huge age difference, and he was a totally different personality than her. But I get a lot of traits from him and from her, and I think the best of both. Um, but my mom is my manager, I mean, right now, and she also was the one that really believed in me and still believes in me and is still there for me. And her her guidance is really more about the work itself, though, and about that part of it, being an artist as opposed to the business side, though she handles the business side, and we're producing partners too. So that makes it interesting because we can't wear the hat of mother daughter when we're producing a project. We're like business partners.
Right.
And from my father, I just got a lot of it by osmosis. But he'd made most of his big movies before I was born, before my sister and I were born. So we didn't have the luxury of visiting the sets, though we were in one of his movies, one of his actually his last film. We had a small role, but we weren't able to be part of the Hollywood community because we grew up in Seattle, Washington.
Right.
Moved up there because my parents wanted to get us out of the industry, and yet Seattle was rich in theater, rich in music. Next to New York, it had the most like regional theater in the
Were you
country.
okay with that? Were you okay living in Seattle? Or did you always say,
Yes, I
Mom, I
yes
want to go
I
to Hollywood?
well, I was okay in Seattle because I went straight to work as a child performer and had a whole career up there that I probably wouldn't have had here because it's so much is based on other values here. And up there, they didn't have any child performers. They were using like adults in children's parts. So I just went to work and got more of a background, I think, up there in studying in the arts and also actually being part of it than I ever would have if I'd been here. Plus, it was more theater focused.
Did you play
And
Anne
then
Frank up in Seattle?
I played Anne Frank, I played Helen Keller, I played Estella in Great Expectations, which was going to, and at the Guthrie Theater, I was able to do it, all kinds of parts. So I was able to really get my education up there. And then I went to New York, and that's really where I always felt I belonged.
Mm.
But the family all decided to move back here. So I've made LA and I've gotten, used to LA as being my home. And now I really feel I belong here. But I think, New York and LA, you really have to be, you can be living anywhere today now to make it because virtual has taken over and you don't have to be in Hollywood or New York. But I think I need to be bi-coastal.
Mm.
So in the future, that's my goal.
Right.
Yeah.
One, your stories are like, I mean, they're all, it is like a tree with different branches, a big, huge tree. Um, your father, of course, he made so many classics. Do you have a favorite of his?
Well, there's several. I don't really have one. I've always liked Inherit the Wind, oddly enough, which I love that. And it could be remade today. They've done like, he made the original movie based on the Broadway play, but they could make a remake, they could do a retooled version now. I think it would be a great idea because there's been like a TV remake and then they took it back to Broadway. But the Scopes Monkey Trial and that whole subject would be perfect today.
Right.
I also like It's a Mad, 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 Mad World, and because of all the comics and going into comedy, and then Guess Who's Coming to Dinner because my godmother was Katharine Hepburn, and I think Bless the Beast and Children because I also covered that song, and it
Right.
was about gun control, but it was so much about animal rights too. It was the first animal rights film. So I don't know. I mean, I think those are my favorites.
Right. Now, you said bless the beasts and the children. You sing, you act, you produce. Where does the singing come from? What?
Well, that's a great question because nobody in my family sings. Maybe a holdover from a past life. I'm not sure. I mean, I've been singing since I was little. Dancing and singing were my two main disciplines before I ever got into acting.
Yeah.
And my sister plays the piano and composes, so we're both very musical. But it might have been from my mom's side of the family, on her mother's side. But there's really no singers or musicians professionally in the family, so I don't know where it comes from.
Mm.
But I was remember being influenced by Judy Garland and Barbara Streisand as the two main female singers growing up, and they still influence me today. And Barbara's CD just came out, so
Right.
yeah.
Right. Do you
So
have it yet?
I do. Yeah, I got it today, actually.
Good. Very
Yeah.
nice. Yeah, it's amazing to just something about those two performers are brought up a lot of times. Judy Garland, Barbara Streisand. What is it about them, do you think, is so?
Yeah, she was like she's herself, but she's like the Judy Garland of, in a way, of today. And then there's been others, but well, just because they had such unique voices that had a cry in their voice, and made you feel, where other singers are very technical, but they had, like, I don't know, it's a certain cry in the voice.
Mm,
But Linda Ronstadt is another favorite of mine, and she also has that. And it's a shame she can't sing anymore. But what I like best about Linda is that she was able to sing every different genre, and that's something I really want to tap into. Rock and country and blues and musical theater and standards and jazz and pop, and she's done all of it, and I like to try that. I have done some of that, but I want to branch out and do more.
right.
And I want to combine the singing with the comedy and make it, one focused thing.
Yeah. Since we're on music and acting, I mean, you're all art, your art. I'm gonna throw out a name. And whatever comes to your mind. Lainie Kazan.
Yeah, well, I was going to say she's a mentor to me. She's a brilliant singer, but more importantly, I think she's just a brilliant actress. And as much as I love her as a singer, her comedy, her comic timing is impeccable, and she's a dramatic actress. And there's so much more I think she still has left in her to do. I hope she does it.
Yeah.
I mean, I have roles for her now that she would be good.
Yeah.
And she's involved, yeah, with helping with the disabilities, but she's such a great actress.
Well,
And
she was
like a couple of years ago. She still sings, and she still is able to sell a song better than anyone. Yeah.
I tell you, when we were blessed to have her. I reached out to her, and it took about a year, but then she came and taught Meet the Biz, and she was the first instructor that we actually put on film, where we filmed the class.
Yeah.
And she came in.
She loves doing it. She loves doing it.
She's such a, it's such a family, and people still talk about her class from, 10, 12 years ago. And she came in for a one-night class. It was a 3-hour class. And at the end of the class, she went, "Oh my God, can I do more?" And I said, "Of course, Lainie." Oh my God. And so she came.
A professor at UCLA.
Right.
And I went to all those performances that she'd have this cabaret act that all the students in her class would do at the end of the semester. And it was amazing. And she's coached me on things, and she helped with Blessed Beast and the Children, because her granddaughter Bella was singing background on that.
Oh, what a gorgeous voice too. She's come out with her album now.
Yes, she's been writing songs and everything. And Lainie also helped stage the performance that I did at the Avalon the first time. So, and she came to see me at the Pause 30th anniversary, and she's been so supportive of everything. Really, I mean, she has so much more to give too. I hope she'll do it. I know she's so picky about her roles, but I hope that she'll do more.
Right.
Yeah.
What are you most proud of in your life?
Well, there's more than one thing. I'm very proud of my Cat Creamer's Films That Changed the World. And I've done now 10 installments, but I'm going to continue the 10th anniversary on. And I'm going to try and do 10 films for the 10th, even though I have, graduated into the 11th, but there was an interruption because of the pandemic. And so I want to continue with, even if I don't do them all at once, I want to have 10 films, maybe at least do 2 this year and then the rest next year. Because I'm focusing on the theme Sheroes for Change, which I started at the 10th anniversary, which is all basically films made by women about women, focusing on women's issues.
Mhm.
And then I'm starting something called New Voices for Change, which you will find interesting. I'm taking like new plays and screenplays and doing like staged readings, and they're all social issues, and to get them out there before they're actually produced into a film or made into a play. And I think, there's a lot you can do with that in terms of the issues. And I'm really proud of all the stuff I've done with Lily Tomlin. When I look back, and obviously want to do more, but I'm really proud of the musical Salute to Her, and all the the things we did with social issues. I don't think anyone else has that same exact background with her. I mean, she may have worked with a lot of different people, but I don't see anyone that has done all the social issues and pursued that, mission, and then also has done the performing and kind of been mentored by her in that. I don't see anyone with that same path that they followed. So I'm really proud of that.
Yeah.
And I definitely, like I said, hope to continue. But yeah, I mean, I'm proud of everything I've done in Child of the 70s, and
Right.
pretty much everything. The writing, I've done a lot of writing in my life. I'm just trying to think of like current things. But the screening series is kind of what keeps me going. You know what I'm saying? Like if everything ended, at least I would have that. That's my something I originated. It's mine. So I guess I'm most proud of that.
Right.
Not that I didn't originate these other things, but there other people are involved. That's something that I could do on my own, even if nobody else came, or I would still be able to get the movies and the messages out there.
Right.
So,
I'm
but it doesn't work without the activists, driving it really.
yeah.
And each movie and screening and panel has a life of its own.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just taking you in. I'm just listening to all the stuff that you've done. And of course, I've known you for years, but to really hear it right now, and to see this, yeah, again, like I said at the beginning, I love your background, and I see the awards, and I see that there's the Golden Globe up there.
My mom's actually, yeah, my mom's Golden Globe, and one of them broke, so I think it might have been, I don't know, they had to replace it because it broke accidentally. I think I broke it by accident. But we have the Compassion Award from the Braveheart women. And then of course I have the Love International Film Festival, and there's different awards up there that are meaningful. And books, and but like I said, it's The Office, and this is where a lot of our creating happens. But I still have a lot of projects, and I'm working on several projects, but I'm doing this one, Civil Disobedience, that Linda Palmer is also directing, and it's I don't want to give too much of it away, but it's an anthology series. It'll start a conversation, and there's some of them have already been made. We haven't filmed all of it yet.
Well, I love how you get connected. And when I say you, I mean you, but also people in the art community, how once you work with somebody, you can work with them again and again, like you and Linda.
Yeah, and I'm in it, and I'm a co-producer, and I'm really excited about it because it's already won a bronze Telly just for the trailer, if you can believe that. We haven't filmed the whole series.
Trailer's out?
The trailer for the first one episode, it already won a bronze Telly, and then there's some festivals coming up I can't really announce yet, but it's already making social impact, and yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They were just in Vegas with Trauma. No, I think it was Perspective. Perspective is one of them.
Right.
But I'm in the one called Registration, and that's all you're gonna, there's a little bit of description on the website, but we're keeping it under wraps. But, you know, Linda's really excited about it. There was a screenwriting competition for people to actually get selected for it. And it is an anthology series, and those are really hot right now. And I'm also developing, separate from that, an anthology series animation about animal rights and wildlife conservation. And I have a great team I'm working with, and it's written by Lorraine Wheat.
Oh,
That's all I'm going to say. But
and you have the animators already?
we have it all in the works, and you know, I'm going to announce it here because it hasn't actually been officially announced. We're going to be doing an audio podcast or a podcast of it first before it goes to animation. And podcasts, as you must know, are hotter than hot. I mean, the Tribeca Film Festival even has a whole category just for podcasts. So I think it'll be visual and audio, but we're doing a podcast of the story, the pilot, so to speak, and then it'll be animation, and it's a short film, but it's also standing alone as a film, but then it's going to be a series. So it's like a 3-part thing, and that's a big part of my passion is this project. I'm so passionate about it.